Every few years, we get involved in cases that are a little different than your typical one-off car wreck or truck wreck or slip and fall or dog bite. We get involved in cases like we're in right now, where a massive event happens in a place that injures multiple people. Many of y'all may have seen the coverage on the news recently about the fire from an explosion at a apartment complex by Perimeter Mall. We represent one of the tenants who was affected by that explosion. What generally happens is it's not really a class action type of a situation. It is each one of the tenants hire their own lawyer to pursue their own individual case, because everybody's case in a situation like this is a little different. There's some that have bad injuries, others that were not home and just have loss of property. And so it doesn't make sense to do as a class action because each one is individual. What happens is all the plaintiff's lawyers, people like me who have been hired by the tenants, get together to pool their resources to work together to find out what happened. How did this explosion take place? And what the law requires is that the apartment complex and their owners provide access to find that out. And so quite simply, both sides hire experts, engineers to go together to do whatever inspection is needed to answer the question, how did this explosion happen? How did this take place? And then once that information is known, then you can start working out what the tracks are to get the situation resolved. Lawsuits are filed. Each individual tenant generally files their own lawsuit. But what happens is those cases generally get consolidated where just one judge is overseeing all of those lawsuits to make it more efficient, to make sure discovery is exchanged more freely, and to make sure that the trials of the case are handled in a smart way. So these cases always pose significant challenges. They're very rewarding for us to kind of work through something different to find out how did this massive event happen to so many different people, and how can we make sure that we properly compensate our client for the losses that they had.